Hi, I'm Lucy from Sew Essential, and today I'm sharing my latest make with you, the Perry trousers by Fibre Mood. So I have wanted a pair of trousers like this for a very long time. I think they've been around for a couple of years. I've seen friends wearing them. I've seen loads of inspiration on the high street for them. Just wide leg trousers with the stripes down the side. They have been around for a good few years now, but they still seem to be around. And also, in all honesty, as much as I do like what I make to look contemporary, I'm not too worried about like hitting the latest trend. You know, I want to make things that I'm going to wear that are realistic and wearable for my lifestyle. And in the winter, comfortable trousers are a must. And I think after the success of my rose pants by Made by Ray, which we will have more of those in stock soon, I just felt that if I can make some nice comfortable trousers in a good sort of winter weight fabric, I think I will wear them so much, and I just would much rather wear those than wear jeans, because jeans can be quite uncomfortable when you sat down all day in an office job or whatever. So anyway, I decided to finally get around to making some of these trousers. I took my inspiration from a particular image that I saw in a high street store that I really like, and this particular pair of trousers retailed at £100, which I was quite surprised at, because you know they are essentially sort of like a glorified sweatpant or jogging bottom in my mind, and I just looked at them and thought they're the ones I really like, that's what I want to replicate. But yeah, I can do that for a lot less than £100, which is quite unusual, isn't it? Because very often sewing's more expensive than buying things. But that was my inspiration. I love the way that you can style them in all different ways. I love the way you can dress them up with the blazer. You can wear a leather jacket with them. You can go for a really casual look. Sometimes people even wear smart shoes and a shirt with them. So you've got lots and lots of different options, but they're just super comfortable and easy to wear. So I knew what I wanted to replicate. And I've shown you the Mimi G pattern a few times. I was kind of thinking about that one, but it didn't have the stripes down the side. And okay, I could have worked that out for myself, I'm sure. But then Fibre Mood came out with the Perry pants like a couple of editions ago. And when I saw them, I initially thought from the model photos, I thought, oh, they look a bit more wide leg than I want them to be. But then I thought, well, I can easily adapt that. And actually, I didn't need to. They were perfect just the way they were. And this pattern is an absolute dream. So I chose to omit the pockets, and I omitted the cord drawstring at the waist, only because I am super short on time at the moment. I've got a lot of responsibilities to juggle. So if I do manage to carve out a little bit of sewing time, I need quick turnaround projects that are going to feel satisfying and simple. And so just by omitting those couple of details, I made it even faster and even more simple than it would have been anyway. Having said that, actually adding the pockets or the drawstring really wouldn't have made that much difference. So if you would rather do that, it won't take you much longer. But it literally took me a couple of hours to make these trousers, other than the stripes. So I'll just give you a bit of a view of them. So I made them in this beautiful Ponte fabric that we've got in stock. Absolutely gorgeous, the perfect weight for it, nice and warm for winter. But I think it like hangs and moves really well for these particular trousers as well. And I love this gorgeous red colour. I used our soft Prym waistband elastic. It's super soft. It's about 4 centimetres wide. I used that for the waistband, but the thing I really love about the waistband is it's not a separate waistband. The top of the trouser leg just is extended, and you fold it over to create the waistband. So literally when I made these, I think I just had to cut out the front leg and the back leg, and that was it. It's so simple, but I just really like the cut of them. You don't have to worry too much about fit, because obviously it is an elasticated waistband, and I'll talk to you about sizing and stuff in a minute. But I found that the fit on the hips was good as well, and I'm quite I'm a definite pear shape. So if I'm going to, you know, have any issues with fit, it's going to be around here. And actually that was absolutely fine. So that was great. The wide legs mean that fitting is really easy. I've probably got like an average rise, I would say. I've never particularly had major problems with my crotch rise. And I found that this one was really good. You know, it kind of just fit relatively well, but I think there is room in there. It's quite a good, it's not, you know, a tight sort of crotch rise. So that was good as well. And yeah, I just made them straight out of the packet and I was really, really happy with the fit. And then they've got the stripes down the side, which I added, but it tells you in the pattern how to do that. In the pattern, they tell you to use ribbon and you can do that, but I chose to do something different because I wanted to replicate that image that I've shared with you, and I just couldn't find the right thing. And I thought, you know what, if I create my own stripes, that's the way to get exactly the look I want. And I'm really, really pleased with how that turned out. And then I've probably got the wrong underwear on today for these. I don't know if I've got a bad VPL, sorry. But yeah, this is the back. Again, just nice and comfortable, a great fit, and I just feel because of the stripe and everything, I feel they're sort of quite lengthening on the legs, and yeah, I just really, really love them. I feel comfortable in them. I can sit in them all day, and yeah, I just like styling them different ways. Love that little stripe, and yeah, just can't get enough of them. They have been on strong rotation in my wardrobe since I made them. And as I say, the only variation really to the pattern is that you could put the pockets in and you could put the drawstring in and then you can play around with the stripes. But essentially, it's like making a pair of pyjama bottoms. It's that quick and easy, but yet you're ending up with a pair of trousers that just feel quite smart and put together, but are super comfortable, which to me is like the ultimate trouser goal and dream. So I'll just talk to you a bit about fabrics as well, because sadly, the red ponte that I used, we've got a very limited amount of that left, but we do have other colour, like alternatives, because you can make these trousers in woven or stretch fabrics. So we've got this beautiful gabardine fabric, which is a lovely, lovely weight. It's got great drape and movement. It's that lovely sort of wine colour, more of a sort of purpley hue of not burgundy, I can't remember the name for it, but you know what I mean. It's that same sort of colour, that wine sort of colour almost. We've got that, and that would work really well for me. It's a lovely weight, and I recommended that to a customer this week, and she was thrilled with it. She ordered it for a pair of trousers. We also have our Dynasty stretch twill, so that's a woven with a little bit of stretch in it. Again, great drape and movement, comes in a range of colours, as does the gabardine as well. The gabardine comes in navy and like an olivey colour as well. And then there's quite a few different colours of the Dynasty. I will pop links to the pattern and the fabrics in the description for you. And then there's some alternative ponte colours. So we've got this lovely aubergine colour, which has been really popular with people since we put that on the site. We've got a nice charcoal, if you just want something a bit more classic. We've got that colour. We've also got a navy. So again, if you want something more classic and understated, you've got that option as well. And then if you just put, you know, maybe an ivory stripe and a red stripe, perhaps, I think that would be the same as the ones that I used for my inspiration. You know, you've got lots and lots of different options here. And then finally, this lovely like olivey green, khaki green, in the ponte as well, and that would work really well with the black and ivory stripe down the leg like I've done. So lots of different options there. In terms of sizing on the pattern, it runs from a 26 waist to a 34 hip, and then up to a 52.6 inch waist to a 57 and a 57 hip. I made a size 10, which was a 29 waist and 38 hip. And like I said, I just made it straight out of the packet, was really pleased with the fit. Feel like it's a flattering cut and just really like them. And it was really, really easy to make, as I say. The waistband is grown onto the trouser leg, so you just finish the edge of that, turn it over, and then you stitch it down. I think you create the channel first and then thread your elastic through and then just stitch through your elastic. Top tip, when you're stitching through elastic like that, just stretch your elastic as you sew. And oh, the other interesting thing about the construction actually as well, I've never done this before with a pair of trousers, probably other people have done it loads of times, but you made 2 separate trouser legs and then you put one inside the other and then you stitch the crotch together. And like put them together that way, which was, I haven't done it that way before. I thought that was a bit unusual and that worked out brilliantly. But yeah, they just came together super, super quickly. In terms of the stripes, the pattern suggests ribbon, as I said, so you could get ribbon or trimmings or whatever you fancy. But because I knew exactly what I wanted to recreate, I decided to use strips of our fawn fabric. And again, I'll put links in the description for you. It's like, I think it's a slightly textured scuba or it's a stretch crepe or something that we've got on the website. So it's a stable knit fabric. But I just used my quilting ruler and my cutting mat and rotary cutter. I measured how wide I wanted the stripe to be and then made sure I added seam allowance either side of that. And I literally just cut strips of fabric, made sure they were long enough to fill the trouser leg. And then I pressed the seam allowance under and then just top stitched them down in place, and I was really, really pleased with how it turned out. I feel like it looks really neat. It was an incredibly satisfying sewing task to do, just watching those lovely neat stripes appear. And because it was like a stable knit, it was quite well behaved. The only thing that was, you know, it is a little bit bouncy. So when I tried to press under the seam allowances, it was a bit bouncy. I tried some of our starch spray, which if you haven't used before is amazing on woven fabrics. It wasn't as good on the stretch fabric, but it did have some impact, I think. So I did use that. And then, yeah, just top stitched it down, like I say, and I was able to get exactly the look that I wanted. And really and truly, I haven't stopped wearing these since. I've worn them at the weekend. I've worn them for just chilling around the house. I've worn them to work. I am wearing them an awful lot. And yeah, I'm just really, really pleased with them. I just feel really comfortable. I feel like they're just something a little bit different, super wearable. And yeah, just something that is great to have in your wardrobe. And I think these will see me through the winter, but I think I'll be making lots more pairs of these as well. And just to add, so the Prym trousers, it is a PDF pattern, but if you don't want to download it and print it at home and stick the pages together, you can order the paper version from us. We will print it off on big A0 sheets of paper on high quality like pattern paper, and then we'll fold that and print and send that out to you. So if you're not up for like downloading and printing patterns at home, you've got that option on our website, and you'll find all of the details for this fantastic pattern, the fabrics. I'll put some of the tools and tips and things I mentioned below for you as well. But definitely highly recommend the Prym trousers, just as a great addition, a comfortable, easy to wear addition to your winter wardrobe. So I hope you've enjoyed that today. If you like what you see today, please like and subscribe, and I'll look forward to seeing you next time.